let's recap. So today's lesson is lesson number 2 of 8. It's meeting 2 of 8. And today I want to talk about two things. I want to recap to make sure that I have your latest database on file. All right. And I also want to talk about your seller website, your where we drive all the traffic and why that is. Okay. So we're going to talk about, let's double check that we have everything on file. I have all your latest lists. All right. And I also want to spend some time of how we build out your seller website and how to make it better. How do we communicate your value proposition to a seller? So when they're researching you online and they're making up their decision before you show up for a listing appointment, that you win the game. All right. Before that, let's just kind of recap everything that we've talked about in these lessons so far. So for anyone just tuning in, Sean, agent out in Maryland, Zach, agent out in Phoenix, clients of Vyral Marketing, and we're here. Lauren works with Sean, and we're just here to get this to work and dive deeper into it. So if you're watching this, you're a client, you're a prospect, you just really want to understand what you're supposed to do to make money at our marketing, that's why I'm here and helping you guys out. All right. So last week's lesson. Before we get into what we do for you at Vyral Marketing, which is a really good 36 touch program to your existing in-house list, it kind of begs the question how you're going to build it. And last week we talked about Zach. You picked a zip code in Phoenix. I showed you how to, instead of going after every single homeowner in the entire zip code, how to find the homeowners in that zip code that might have a reason to sell versus someone that has no reason to sell. And I showed you how to get that list. And you decided last week that the way you were going to build your database is go knock on those doors and leave them a flyer. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
Great. And then when someone talks to you and they respond to you, you get their contact information, you put them into your database. Sound
Yeah.
good? And what is that database that you're using? The CRM?
I just actually got a new one, Sierra
Great.
Interactive.
So then what I want you to do, you have two options there. So you're going to put them in Sierra.
Hmm.
We talked about this last week a little bit, Lauren, as we update this. Once a month, you're either going to export everyone in Sierra and send it into us so we can just re-import it into your email account and upload it to your Facebook custom audience, right? So we do
Hmm.
that manually once a month, and we'll only add the new people. Okay. The other option is you can go sign up for Zapier. It's going to cost you about $30 a month, and then get on a call with us. So every time a contact is added or updated in Sierra, it automatically pushes right into your email account, and there'll be a second Zap you can set up that will automatically push it right into a Facebook retargeting audience. That's going to cost you $30 a month of integration like that. So we don't have to manually do it once a month. But those are your two options to make sure that the people you put in your database get on your marketing.
Okay.
Sound good?
Yes.
All right. That's
Frank, can I
yeah.
can I add if I so Glendale's pretty big. There was a pretty large list, couple of thousand houses.
Hmm.
I even whittling it down, depending on what I'm actually targeting, like expireds or whatever, it's still into the hundreds. Mailing might be, I think, a better option for that. Um,
Sure.
my idea was mailing and then also calling.
Then mail them. And you have two options if you don't want to deliver it yourself. You can
Yeah.
print them off and just mail it. All
Hmm.
right. Or you can use a mail house that will send the letters for you. The mail house that I like to use is itidirectmail.net.
Okay.
That just costs more money than doing it yourself, but saves time. Right. And for
Yeah.
anyone tuning in, just really quickly, I'm going to get to you, Sean, here in just a second, just to recap from last week. What was the zip code you're going to go after to build your database in Glendale, Zach?
85308. But I did play with PropStream a little bit, and there are some nearby zip codes that have a little bit better turnover.
Yeah. So
But
you're
that's the targets also.
so you picked a zip code.
Yep.
There's 20,000 single family homes in that zip code, but you found another zip code that has a greater percentage of homes selling per number of single families.
Correct.
Based upon our discussion last week, you're going to change the zip code you're going to go after. And then instead of going after all 20,000, you're going to drill it down to some more of these more likely sellers that you're going to go after.
Right.
And the method you're going to use is to call them, which you can skip trace the phone numbers through PropStream, where you can use a service like Batch Skip Trace to find the phone numbers. They're not that accurate, but it's good enough. And then you can mail the letters. either personally or use a service like ITI Direct to get the word out. The whole goal is start a conversation,
Yes.
get their contact information saying, can I put you on my newsletter? Can I stay in touch? Can I send you my videos? Into Sierra Interactive on the Vyral Marketing Plan, right?
Yes. Yep.
Cool.
And to Facebook.
And to Facebook for the retargeting. That is correct. Perfect. And
Yeah.
all of that was discussed last week.
Yep.
Sean and Lauren, let's go to you. Sean, I understand you hired an appointment setter and you have someone full-time calling homeowners to see if they want to talk about selling their house. Is that right?
Yeah, we have an ISA in-house.
Great. So all they have to do, and what's your CRM again you're using?
We just went back to Brivity.
Great. So again, just make sure that when you're managing your prospect or your appointment setter, your ISA, whatever you want to call them, all right, that whenever they talk to a homeowner, they say, by the way, can I confirm your best email address? Because I want to send you a newsletter. It's really important. What's your best contact information? Get it. Goes into Brevity, and then Brevity will sync with Zapier. I think, Lauren, we talked about you meeting with us to set up. Zapier will sync with your email account, and then Zapier will get any new or updated contact in the CRM synced to your Facebook retargeting audiences. Lauren, any questions on follow-up from last week to make sure that we get everybody in?
No, not yet. We started working with Zapier again, so I've been in the process of resetting that back up so that we had it ready to go for you guys.
Yeah, you want to get on a call with us. You want to own your own Zapier. You want to sign up for it. It's about $30 a month, and it's very detailed to make sure all the fields link up correctly. It's a lot of focus needs to be put on that to get done right, so there's no mess ups. All
Yeah.
right? Okay, good. Okay, so you guys have a plan to build your list to add homeowners that give you permission to stay in touch to send those people over to me. So you're building a permission-based list of homeowners that are arguably more likely to sell than not to start putting them on your nurture campaign. Beautiful. All right. So now let's not only do we have a plan to build the database of the right prospect that we talked about in last week's lesson, I want to make sure I get all of your existing contacts too. Let's talk about how we can go after all your existing contacts to make sure I had them. So Zach, you just signed up. So you're going through this process now.
Correct. Yep.
And Sean, let's just re-go through the process again with you and just make sure we got everybody. Sound good?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Okay.
probably better for us anyway.
All right. Now, do you guys use Gmail? What do you guys
Yeah.
use for your day-to-day email? Gmail? Okay.
Gmail.
So if you go log into Gmail, and you guys can just go do this on your own as I do it, but I'm in my Gmail, whatever. And then just go to contacts. You can also go to contacts.google.com. Okay. So here's mine. Here's my contacts. Okay. You see where it says other contacts? I want you to click that. Then I want you to select the very first one. Then I want you to select all. Got it? Then you're going to go over here and click export. Grab them all. And that was recorded. And by the way, for any of you who have agents working for you, this is lesson 1, step 1, first 5 minutes of new agent orientation is when you come work for me, we work your database and you're going to go in and grab it. All right. Just like that. Any questions on this, Sean?
Nope.
I want you to save that as a spreadsheet to your desktop. Got it? Next. Phones. Pull them out. I want you to go to the App Store. And I want you to buy an app. It's probably going to charge you $5 called Covey. Export Contacts by Covey. Let's see if I can find it. Yep. Yeah, there it is. Here, I want that. Does that app show up on your phones?
Yes. Yep.
Good.
COVVE.
Yep. Export Contacts by COVD. And open it. And how many contacts does it say you guys have in your phone?
1900.
Beautiful. Grab it. I want it all. What about you, Sean?
Hold on, purchasing.
Thank you. Should get a commission on this.
Frank, so
Yeah.
I've heard you say this before, and I've done this part.
Mhm.
When I was doing it, I took out all the agents, title, lenders, and stuff. But that I've
No,
also heard you say don't do that. Like
no, it doesn't matter.
it could be
Yeah.
used for recruiting.
The only time I would legitimately want to remove somebody
Mm,
is someone suing you.
okay.
Like you have an ex-business partner and you wrote some severance agreement that you're not going to market to the other person's contacts. That's legit.
I got you. Okay.
I've gotten that one. The other one is if you have like asset managers from the REO days,
Mm,
they don't want to eat your stuff.
okay.
Outside of that, yeah. I mean, yeah, put them on, sure. I mean, one
Where
of
do
the
you
things
want, where do you want to send the list?
I'll just save it for now on your desktop. Just save it. Just save it to yourself. So now you have two lists. You have your Gmail and you have your phone. And again, for those of you watching this, or if you have agents working for you, go do this. This is where the gold is, right? Do you use a dialer, Sean?
Mojo and
Great.
Vulcan.
Good.
And with dialer inside of Brivity now.
Good. I want you to go into those dialers and I want you to pull all of the nurtures, anyone that you've communicated with. Don't grab the cold list. Mm-mm. You know all the emails you can purchase through the lead store? Don't give me those. But anyone that you've marked nurture or you communicated with in your dialers, I need you to go in and download all those people. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay. And then Zach, you said you're switching over CRMs to Sierra?
Yes.
Yes. What's your old one?
Uh,
Whatever.
a
Go get
spreadsheet.
it. Go log into the old one and download everything out of the CRM. And if it's possible, please leave out anyone who's bounced or unsubscribed.
Cool.
Don't send me in those people.
You
And then
got it.
Sean, you have your old CRM too, right? That you're bringing over to a new one. Can you
Yeah.
go into your old CRM and just dump it all? And if there's an option in there,
Yep,
like,
we just did
leave-
deep export yesterday.
yeah. And then that's another spreadsheet. So you're going to have 4 spreadsheets because you're going to have CRM, cell phone,
Email.
email. Thank you.
Email and
And
dialer.
dialer. Yeah. And then you'll have 3, Zach, because you don't have dialers. And we're gold. Great. So what you're going to do is you're going to email those to us. And we're going to run them through a program called Never Bounce for you. This is what you're paying for, just so we just understand what's going on here. Okay. Neverbounce.com will remove all the bad emails. And then we're going to upload them into your email marketing program, which will then automatically dedupe. And then we're going to take those spreadsheets and we're also going to add them to your custom audience on Facebook so we can retarget all those people with your ads if you want to do retargeting when you post your videos. Sound good?
Yes.
So now we're killing it, right? Like it's kind of getting exciting. You have some focus. We have a plan to build the database by just putting people in your CRM like you normally do, which are getting synced. And now you've grabbed everything that's arguably the warmest list that you have to the loosest of the definition. You sent back into Vyral. So I have what you need. All right. Zach, Sean, Lauren, any questions on that? Making sure I have everything on file with you.
I have kind of a technical question in regard to the Facebook list. I know Facebook wants their data a certain way, like formatted a certain
We'll
way.
handle that. We got
Okay,
that.
perfect.
Yeah. So we take the spreadsheets, which are a complete disaster that you send in,
Yeah.
format it up a little bit in Excel, and then upload it on up, match the columns, and we're good to go. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Let's talk about Facebook retargeting a little bit. So now I got emails. Okay. Now we have a plan for me to get emails on file so I can do my job. But also there is value in doing a little bit of retargeting. I recommend a couple dollars a day. We're going to do a whole meeting on that later on. But I want to make sure your ad accounts are set up correctly. So Sean, do you have access to your Facebook ad account? Lauren, do you have access to your Facebook ad account? Like, do you know how to get into it?
Mhm.
Perfect. Zach, do you know how to get into yours? Do you have one?
Yeah. Yep. I do.
Beautiful. Okay. So when you log in, all right, there's going to be an option called audiences, which is nothing more than list. Think of it as an email list. Audiences list, same thing. All right. Let's just make sure they're all set up. So when it comes time to run your ads, I can hit the warmest people. All right. So when you log in and you click in your ad account and you click audiences, you're going to see something like this. Now we will set this up for you. We will work with you on this, but it requires like a lot of access and permissions you have to give us to get it done. And a lot of times this doesn't get done because of the back and forth of getting booted off Facebook and that problem and this problem and logging in and two-step authentication. We're just trying to get something out. We're all trying to make money. It doesn't quite get done if the focus isn't there. So I just want to kind of share that with you. So there's 3 lists I want to make sure we have set up. So when I boost your videos, the right people see them. First list. This is what we just talked about, uploading your customer list. See this? We are going to take those lists and we are going to drag them here and we're going to upload them to Facebook so we can retarget them. We got that. That's list number 1 inside your ad account. Great. List number 2. Website. See this? Okay. Want to retarget all of your website visitors as far as I'm concerned for the past 6 months. All right. But do you see this pixel right here?
Mm-hmm.
It says pixel. That pixel needs to go on all your websites. Every website you got. And it needs to be the pixel that's inside your ad account. And this is where a lot of mistakes are made. So let's do this really quick. I want you guys to pull up your Google Chrome or whatever you're using. I want you to search for the Facebook Pixel Helper. I think it's called the Meta Pixel Helper now. Hang on. So we're going to do a quick double check. We're just going through and just making sure the detail is correct so we can maximize all of our time together. All right. So I want you to go search for this, the Meta Pixel Helper. And I would like you to install that on your browser. All right. Then when you do that, it's going to load up here. See this? This little Meta Pixel Helper is going to be like one of your options on the top of your browser screen here. All right. So I'll just show you our website. Okay. So you can go to any website. So you see, I just went to just Vyral's website. I clicked that Meta Pixel Helper. Do you see how it says the Meta Pixel's installed? And there's the pixel ID 4022. It ends in 4022. See that?
Yep.
There's an assignment here. If you want to get the retargeting just right, I need you to make sure you need to go into your ad accounts and figure out what's the pixel ID you have in your ad account. We'll work with you on this, but we have to work together. Okay. And then every website you own that you have access to. All right. I need to make sure that through the Pixel Helper, that same pixel is installed. Now, what happens is you hire all these vendors all over the years and they just put their own pixels on. So you might find like 5 on there, right? And it's the wrong one that's linked. Just make sure the pixel that's in your ad account is there. What's up? Yeah, probably on the 3 o'clock. Sounds good. Wife Katie. All right, so 4022 is mine. So Zach, does this make sense? All of your websites, make sure your pixel's installed from your ad account. We will work with you on this. And make sure it's the right pixel. Lauren, are you catching what I'm saying here to double check your retargeting?
Yeah, and I'm gonna obviously get the video back at the very end so I can go back through it because I'm not on our true computer desktop. So
yeah, we just want to make sure the pixel that's in your ad account is
Yep.
installed on all your websites. Great. All right. One more audience. Let me show you one more. So we can reach the right people. So when you do your marketing, I can get it in front of the warmest and best people and we maximize our time. Do you see where we have Facebook page?
Yep.
You're going to choose your page. Everyone who's engaged with your page. These are all the people that swiped, took an action, posted, commented, shared, reacted, link clicks. They engaged with you in some way. We're stalking them forever. So let's make an audience of those people for the past 365 days. And not just Facebook, you also do Instagram. So there's actually 4 audiences. You're going to have your CRM database uploaded to Facebook as a list. You're going to have everyone that's visited your websites over the past 6 months as a list. And you're going to have everyone that's interacted with you on Facebook and everyone that's interacted with you on Instagram as a list. Those are the 4 lists that we want created inside your ad account. So when you create a video, right? Yeah, we're going to email it out and we're going to post it on YouTube. Okay. But we can put a little money behind it. And when you put that money behind it, who do you want to see it? All those audiences I showed you. Okay. So these are just little things I'd like you to Zach, as you go through your build process with us, make sure these are set up correctly,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yes.
Sean, these are the things I would just double check now that you have Lauren here and working with Bridget. Any questions on Facebook, what I would call warm audiences?
No.
All
Mm-mm.
good? Okay, cool. All right, great. There's one more list. There's one more list I would like on file. So as we go through our meetings together, you're reaching out to homeowners and building a permission-based likely seller list. Do you have a plan for that? You've grabbed me all your existing CRM contacts, and I have those. I have a plan for that. I have all your warm retargeting audiences ready to go. I'm a happy camper from a marketer. I got great lists that I can get messages out to. So excited I am. All right, it's gonna work. But I don't like putting all of our eggs in one basket with just digital. To be honest with you, social media and email isn't that great. Okay. We want to do a little bit of direct mail marketing as well. So one of the things that we do for you at Vyral, in addition to email and posting on social media and retargeting, which you guys are paying for, okay, that's what you bought, is we also create a video postcard for you. All right. And I'll show you what it looks like. And once a month. And there you go. So we take one of your videos. It can really be any video. It doesn't even have to be your latest one. So yeah, we take your video, put it on YouTube. We take your video, we email it out. We take your video, put it on social media. Here's just a little bit to think about. You'll be lucky if 30% of the people open your emails, which means 70% of your database won't, right? And then when it comes to Facebook, I have no idea who's seeing your ads. It'll show like, oh, here's your reach. But as far as I'm concerned, it's all Russian bots and they're lying to you. So I have no idea who's actually seeing your ads. Like even as they say they're warm audiences, you know what I'm saying? So one of the things I will talk about here in our next meetings is you really need to have a mailing list because that will provide you absolute certainty that they get your message. Whereas email is generally unreliable and I don't trust social media with what they tell me. Of your actual past clients, the closest people in your sphere, and all of your legitimate nurtures. Do you have a separate spreadsheet, a Google spreadsheet of like, hey, Frank, these are all my past clients that gave me money. Hey, Frank, these are all my friends and family. Hey, Frank, these are all my legitimate buyer and seller nurtures that said, yeah, call me back. I'm thinking about selling in the future. I'm not going to trust email and social media to be in front of those people. I'm not. I want to use mail. So we can easily create this for you once a month. We create the artwork. All right, easy, not hard. We grab your Google spreadsheet of first name, last name, mailing address, city, state, zip of your most valuable contacts. And it's kind of like sending an email. We go on over to ITI direct mail versus my Emma. Upload list, upload artwork, send, just costs more. And it ends up in the mailbox versus the email inbox. So, Zach,
Yes.
you've heard me talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Questions on the mailing list, making sure we have all of your lists on file.
No, actually, no. I think I've got it pretty dialed in on who should be on there, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Just make a Google spreadsheet, a first name, last name, street, city, state, zip, and
Okay.
then just share it with us, and we'll put it in your client folder, Google Drive. Sound good?
Yeah. Cool.
Lauren, thoughts on direct mail as one extra media to make sure that we get your message in front of the right people?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we have discussed over the last probably like 4 or 5 months in terms of like what we wanted to incorporate, if anything. And I think that the biggest thing that comes down with mail is consistency. Like if you're going to do it, you really got to commit to it because one will never get you what you want. It's, 12, 18 months worth of continually doing it that people are like, oh, I know who that is.
Mhm. I practice what I preach. I think you guys get my postcards. So look
Yeah.
here. Let me show you.
Yep.
So this is pretty straightforward. This is Canva. This is a 4x6 postcard. Let me show you how easy this is. Well, switch out the title, switch out the screenshot, and that stays the same.
Mm-hmm.
Download, send. But I gotta have the mailing list of
Mm-hmm.
addresses, which is a little bit hard to be able to pull off, right? Cool. How you guys doing so far?
Good.
Good.
Questions? Good. Okay.
As good as I can.
I know you're real sick. Sean's super sick. Thanks for showing up to this, man. Appreciate it. All right. Okay. So let's get into the second half of what we'll talk about today. Then we'll get out of here. Okay. So we have a plan to build your list of homeowners that are thinking about selling permission based. You're going to re-grab all your lists and send them in. We'll scrub them, update them, set up the CRM syncs. We're going to make sure all of your retargeting audiences are set up in your ad account. This is great, isn't it? Like this is what has to get done. There's just no way around this. Then you might want to look into building a separate list for the monthly postcard that goes out to make sure the right people get your message. Great. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about in this meeting is as we get into the Vyral program, you're going to start publishing educational videos and sending out messages. But one of the things we have to keep in mind is that we're not just sending these messages out like purely as a public service. We're sending these messages out because they're bait to bring people back to a trap. The trap is your website. All right. So the content that we're sending out is bait. And we're trying to get someone to take the bait to come back to the website and consume it. Fair enough. And what needs to be on that website? It needs to be, I solve problems and you can hire me. And I'm the best person that you can hire. And here's all my testimonials and here's my value proposition. And here's all the ways you can get involved with me and call me and give me your money. It needs to be there. A lot of times you'll find that we publish all this content and we get no business. Well, it's because we're sending out lots of bait and there's no trap. And I would call the trap as a really good, for our purposes here, a good seller website. A website that's really going to persuade a seller when they're doing their research online about you, probably before you show up to listing appointment, of kind of, they've already made up their mind online and there's kind of like, verifying it by the time you show up to the appointment. Make sense? So let's take a look at your seller website and let's make maybe some adjustments to it. Sound good, Sean?
Yeah.
All right. Now, one of the things that we use, okay, hang on, wait a second. I had the link. Hang on. Nope, that is not it. Give me a moment. Let's try this one. Nope. So for some reason, your videos are going to YouTube. I don't know why. Let me find out. I have to ask my team. So like you say, you send out a video email, you can send it back to YouTube, but then they're going to go watch videos of cats. Right? And then your competitors are going to show up on the right-hand side, right? Like ideally, I like you to send them back to your website where you kind of control the platform of where they're going to consume the information. I just got to find where your site is. There we go. Got it. All right, here you go. So this is what we built for you. My Maryland real estate blog. Okay. Let me just kind of break down some of the key points of this. All right. If you were to have a billboard and you had to put a phrase on a billboard of why a seller should hire you, this is your unique selling proposition. And that goes here at the very top. This is kind of your primary call to action, driving to some type of landing page where someone can opt in to get their information. And that link is broken.
It's probably because they swapped it over. So we'll probably, like, since we went from Boomtown to Brevity.
So let's write this through. Let's double check everything, okay? So this is going to go to your free home value page on Brevity, right? Here's your testimonials. That's fine. No problems here. Logo's good. I'm fine with all that. Here's your other links. I'm cool with that. Well, let's go down the right-hand side. Book a free phone call to talk about your questions. Let's make sure that when we opt in here, we're good. So I'd like you to go to your website and test this out to make sure you actually get the lead. We're just going to double check some stuff. Okay. All right. This is going to go to your home search, but it's broken because you're switching over websites. Let's get it fixed. All right, let's go back. Where does this go? Looks like we have another landing page. We're not sure exactly which one this is. We should probably look at this. I want to double check that. I'm just kind of going, this is the first time I'm going through your website. I'm just giving my first thoughts. So you see on the right-hand side, we have all of your call to actions about why someone should get involved with you. And I think I'm going to go through and I'm going to strengthen some of that copy today. I'm going to double check they work. All right, let's keep going down. Let's not worry about the videos there on the left. All right, so here, this is your pitch. This is your commercial. Sean, if I were to ask you, I have 3 very good real estate agents I'm thinking about listing my house. Why in the world should I list with you? Right?
Mhm.
We need to have that answer right here. This section right here is where I want you to write this out. And we give you some boilerplate content. All right. But if I can give you a really good example of what should be in this section, is go find some of the top real estate agents in the country and go look at their Zillow profiles. Probably some of the best sales copy I've seen for like why someone should choose a specific realtor is just going to their Zillow profile and kind of looking what they write. Whatever you put in your Zillow profile should probably go right here of like a quality commercial of why someone should use you. And we can rewrite this. We can work on this, Sean. Okay. But that's what this section is. And we scroll down further. We just have a few more benefits of why someone should work with you that we can strengthen. And then down below, we turned all these off, but down below, we can go on forever with testimonials. Okay. Of here's a bunch of sellers that have said good things about us and what they have to say. Here's the point. When you make a video, see this? So here's one of your videos, which we'll go over when we go through the videos. Here's your content. All right. When you send this out and someone clicks to watch it, it lands here. So imagine they're on their phone. Okay. Let's take a look at this. Click on their phone. The link in the video email, it lands here. They scroll down. There should be like a really good byline of who the heck is Sean Martin again. Here's your main call to action to find out what your home is worth. Here's the article that we write to summarize what you said in the video. Here's some more videos that they can watch to spend more time with you. But guess what? Boom, commercial. See that? That's the trap. This is why you should work with us. Here's some of the benefits. And then farther down, we should have a whole bunch of testimonials. It just goes on forever down there at the bottom. So we built this for you, man. And let's make it better. What do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so let me show you how we're going to make it better. So we use this tool called markup.io. It's incredible. All right, watch this. Let me log in. Hang on real quick. All right, here it is. Let's take a look here. Where is your website? There it is. Yoink. Share. Okay. Go.
Okay.
Perfect. Share. Copy. I'm going to go into the chat. Hang on. I'm going to go to hosts and panelists. There you go. Zach, you're welcome to have some fun too.
Let's do
Join.
it.
Okay. And we can start clicking and making notes and just tearing this thing apart.
Oh.
Okay. And then all that information goes over to the designers and developers and copywriters to update it so we can communicate asynchronously to build this thing out really nicely for you. All right. So let's make our first revision. So Lauren, do you have access? Sean, do you have access to your seller site? So we have a good trap to send all the eyeballs when we send the content out?
Yeah.
You guys are able to, okay, great. So now let's go through this. All right. So I do know that this link is broken. Right. And again, that's because you're switching over to a different platform, right?
Mhm.
This is kind of a large headline here. Sean, sum up is there something you kind of uniquely do for home sellers? Sum it up for me. Like, what do you do that makes you different from all the other realtors? And just give it to me.
Um, Damn, I think it's just like net the most money. That's just like more of the best hook.
There you go. We're going to change that headline to the most money for your home, right?
Yep.
Okay.
See, I would have disagreed with the statement there. I would have put like, because I think our value proposition that we do other than agents is like, it is a true one-stop shop when you come to full service.
Sure. So the most money for your home, and then I have here will help you understand all your selling options. But here's the deal: this is an easy change. If you don't like it, switch out the text. I want to show you how easy this is to update. Sean, if I was driving down the interstate in Maryland and there was a billboard, what would the billboard say?
Something catchy that Lauren would probably think of.
Lauren, what would it say? What would the billboard say if I'm driving down the 95 and I just want to see you?
Um, you telling me you still haven't called yet?
Oh, you?
Yeah,
That's what it says.
someone's gonna call.
How about this? So this is the most money for your home. You could change this up here, but you see how cool this is, right? What I'm going to do here is I think the spacing's a bit off. I think we need to improve the padding. You see that? Improve that on the test. It's a little too close for my but aesthetically. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
this
right.
is cool.
Do you like these testimonials? Do you have better ones?
No, those are good actually. Those are the ones we like. They recommended contractors, professional
Cool.
consultants. Those are the
Great.
ones we like.
Okay. Good, good, good. I'm not worried about that yet. Okay, call to actions. Book a free phone call. I don't really. How about a different one? Okay. How about that? That's a little stronger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Free home selling strategy call. Tell us your situation. We'll help you understand all your options.
Uh-huh.
That sounds good. I like that. Let's keep going. Looking for a Maryland home. Let's change this around. Search. Here's, I'm going to show you kind of a cool little, yeah, well, this is fine. So this is going to be search all Maryland homes for sale. And something like that. What do you think, Lauren? So I'm just kind of strengthening the copy a little bit, just giving it a second look over. Are you looking to sell? I don't know what this is. Let's just remove this because you already have a free selling home strategy call. Let's just remove this entire call to action. I don't think that's necessary. What's this? What's the app?
That'd be our app that we used to use from Boomtown, but we'll have one through Brevity too. So
I don't know why we chose a screenshot with Lorem Ipsum in it with company name for the app. Do you see that?
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this. All right. Remove this entire call to action. Let's keep going. Let's just get that off of there. Okay. Latest housing market insights. Okay, this is your newsletter summary. So how about that? Subscribe now. And that will just do subscribe. So your main call to actions are schedule a home. So you have find out what your home is worth, schedule a home strategy selling call with you, search all homes for sale, or subscribe to my newsletter. That sounds good.
Yeah.
How's that, Sean?
Yeah. It
All right.
looks good.
Yeah, great. Sean, where's the strongest copy you've written on why someone should hire you? Where is
My
it?
brain.
Zillow? In your brain? All right. Okay.
Lauren, don't shake your head. I mean, it's on our listing presentation. I mean, our listing
Okay.
presentation is a trifold, and like the strength of that listing presentation, it's so strong.
Can
Because
you give
yeah,
me your list? I would like you to give me your listing presentation in about 250 words.
yeah.
Hey, do you have this problem? I have this solution. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Here's the features and benefits. Here's my guarantee. And here's what you can expect.
You know, our biggest differentiator is this right now with people are what the talk is like the most important feature that an agent can do to distinguish themselves from others is what do they do to sell your house that doesn't include the MLS? Everybody uses the MLS, that's old school. What does an agent do that sells a house without using the MLS? That's the differentiating on marketing right now. Can you sell
Okay.
a house
So
without using the
let's,
MLS?
okay. So we have sell your home for the best price.
See, and that's where I think that my statement earlier is like more of like what I think it stands on is like everyone can say they can sell it for the best price. You don't know what someone else would have sold it for because they didn't sell it. And that's kind of the whole point. I think ours is way more like our value comes in as like what you need is a plan. But not only do we have the plan, we have the tools to make that plan happen. So I'm not just going to tell you what to do. I'm going to make it happen. So if we need these things done, I'm not recommending you someone or something that I don't know how to get done. I'm not like, oh, well, you need to figure out how to fix your kitchen and make it look better. It's like, nah, I'm gonna have our contractor come in and he's gonna do this and it's gonna be ready to go. And this is how you're gonna do it. And this is what value it's gonna bring to you.
So it's
And I
really,
think that's
it's
what Jordan
really,
did
you
on
do
it.
more than your competitors.
Yeah, we are a true full service organization.
So, okay.
I don't think the most amount of money, I think that is all relative. And I think it's a real estate cop out, to be honest, that most people use. Sorry, Sean. Love you, but I think we can
Oh,
do better.
that's all good. I mean, you set me up yesterday. We had a brokers open, and Lauren's idea was to have people roast me, and we probably had the most brokers
Yeah.
opens
How
in the
about this?
state ever.
So here we go. So the easiest way to buy or sell a home. Okay, that's nice. Sell your home for the best price. Okay, we help you understand all your selling options. You know, okay, cool. All right, you're a realtor. I get it. All right, cool. I get to know you. All right, selling strategy call. Great. We can change those pictures later. But then I have full service marketing for your home. And then kind of what do you mean by that? Well, we do a lot more than putting on the MLS for you. Dot, 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 dot. Video. Explain that. Can you explain that claim for me in this video and what our write-up is here?
Yeah,
That we do a lot more than just putting on the MLS for you.
yeah. I was gonna say the video needs to be updated if it's right below that because that's talking
Yeah.
about getting an offer accepted.
Yeah. So this needs to be, I need a 1 minute video on what you do that to solve the seller's problem. That's more than just putting it on the MLS. How's that? Give me a pitch. Sell me.
Yeah,
Convince me to give you money. And then we'll write basically whatever you say in the video, we'll write this out here. Fair enough?
fair enough.
Okay. So, okay. Let's think about some main benefits. So just start talking to me about what you can do differently than most agents. Just give me some talking points.
All right, so that's offerings. So you go into offerings, you do like interior design walkthrough, organization, move out, goodwill donation, AmVets pickups, all that stuff can be scheduled. Obviously, paint, carpet, our own set of contractors that we run into pretty much every single property, the digital engagement that we have. Our brokers opens are much different. We had a roast yesterday of me, and we had probably 25 brokers come through, and people average about 3 brokers per brokers open, and we had like almost 10x that. We did like a roast of me, which was also like kind of deflating, but whatever. you know, our open house ability and be able to scale open houses up to like level 5, level 6 open houses. We have a dialer in-house. We have an in-house dialer that goes around looking for people that are looking for your house. We have the ability, which we run like Facebook retargeting with you, but we also run it elsewhere, that and PPC it in order to like kind of geofence like who's looking in that area.
Mm-hmm. This is all great. Sean, you do write this down. All this needs to go right here. Sound good?
Yeah. 1 minute
All right.
video banging out right through there.
So again, I just want you to understand the principles here. The principles here is you're talking to a seller. They watch this video, they get to know you. They're like, Sean, is he a good agent? What are you going to do for me for the money? Right? I want to be very clear that we build a really, really, really good trap to speak to the needs and the concerns, the benefits, what the sellers want here on this page. And one of the best things I can recommend is just go look at other top agents around the country with the Partner Seller website. Now, there's one thing we are missing is proof. We turn this whole section off because we don't have it. All right. So let me see if I can give you an example of what the proof should look like. Where's Andrew? I was just looking at his. Hang on. I search for it. Give me a second. There you go. Yeah, so this is a recruiting website for a client. And we'll talk about how we can, once we get the copy down, I'll spend some time with you getting better pictures. So how we can get pictures that really show your personality to really sell versus kind of using more of the standard stuff. But so here's his site, just to give you an example of how one looks a little bit differently, okay? Right. Go see the section here. Here's what Maryland sellers are saying. I would love as many of these you can get your hands on. This should just go on forever. You know what I mean? Do you have any like success stories or quotes or testimonials that you can share for homeowners that maybe will give you permission to put it on here? It's a little more featured than Zillow and
Yeah,
maybe even has their photo.
100%.
Because the reason I put these down here at the bottom is so it can go on forever. Follow me?
Yeah.
Zach, what are you learning from all this as you're going through the build process with us?
Yeah, I'm just gonna rewatch this and make a lot of these changes, or just keep things, you know, in perspective with what you're doing and what my site should be like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys get the link with all the changes?
Yeah.
So, yeah, great. So Sean, you can go in there and click some things too, what you want to change. It's an easy way to communicate with us for your website. How's that?
Awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All right. So 1 hour with me. So we had the hour last week. We had the hour this week. I think we're moving you in the right direction to get this to work of going deeper with some focus.
Yeah, we've got to get a few minutes with Bridget after this just to make sure like our pixels added, some of the retargeting, we got 4 videos in the queue, so we could utilize our call next week to get through that. I mean, we've just been really happy with our switch over to Bridget.
Great. Wonderful. Yeah. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to share with this lesson today. Make sure the Facebook pixel's installed on your blog or the seller website that we're building for you. And yeah, that's it. All right. So next week, okay, we're gonna meet next Thursday, and I'll send you guys the invite. All right. We're gonna dial in your videos. So we're gonna talk about how to make videos people really want to watch. What are the videos that sellers really want to hear right now? And how do we pick those topics? How do we shoot them and do them well? All right. I'll also go through the perfect email template. This is another thing I want to update. We updated the email, how the emails are sent, Sean. So not only are we kind of cleaning up your website here, but just to give you a preview for next week, because I have a few minutes to let you guys go. When you talk to Bridget this week, lots to discuss, right? But I want to get your emails on the better template of how we put them together so they come across better when they come out in the email program. So here is the template. Let me show it to you. Um, okay. So I kind of gave you how the website's organized, right?
Yeah.
Here's how the email should look. Awesome picture hero of Sean and your team up here in all of your glory. Okay. YouTube title with a good thumbnail and your YouTube description, where when you click that, that goes back to the blog post on your seller website. So we're sending them back to the trap, not to YouTube. Got it? Then we're going to have 2 call to actions down here. Probably find out what your home is worth and search for homes. Those are your 2 popular ones. So we'll drive to your home value on your new CRM, and we'll drive to, search for homes on your new CRM down here. Okay. And then this is just, call or text me. This is really nice because when people look, when this shows up on a mobile, look how nicely this loads on mobile. So they're scrolling down, and then I want that, hey, just call or text me by tapping this or reply to this email to get some conversation started, right? That's how I want your video emails to look. We'll talk more about that next week. All right.
I'll
Okay,
be better next week too, Frank.
I know. Your mind will be.
I'm a little quiet
Thanks,
this week because I'm sick, but I'll be better next week.
Well, thanks for attending. Hopefully it was worth your time sick today.
It was.
All right. So Zach,
Yes.
question.
No, maybe it's off topic, but what is a high fellow? Is that something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fellow is it's a CRM / lead capture system for seller leads.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like where it's so when you send something to a landing page, we
Mhm.
create a landing page for you, we stop. It's like, okay, they put their information in. Viral's done. What happens next? Well, it probably needs to go into some software, and probably a whole bunch of specific drips need to go out for that lead.
Mhm.
That's what Fellow does. So if you need a free home value tool where like someone requests a home value, then it puts together all this cool, specific algorithmic big data information, they have that.
Cool.
There's other competitors too. I mean, the free home value tool in your CRM is something similar, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Zach, you want to grow your
Or-
database before you go into Fellow, dude. Ryan Young started Fellow, and like we've talked to them for a couple of years. You want to get your database pretty sizable for that. It lives on the back end of that link for see what your home value worth. It lives right there. So
Yeah. And the same thing for cash offer too. It's kind of like when
Yes.
someone requests a cash offer, it's like the back
Exactly.
end for that. Yeah.
It's a separate system to your CRM to like utilize that and go in with like a drip campaign through that side there to draw eyes to it. So it's a cool system. You just want to, if you don't have 5,000 people in your database, I just hadn't seen like why to use it yet.
And
Cool.
we'll do something similar. The 2 services are similar. So we'll still send the lead generation emails. One of the things we'll talk about in our upcoming meetings is not only do I want 2 educational type videos going out to your database a month, right? With that email template and posted that goes back to your website that has like a really clear argument of why someone should give you money for a good trap, right? But there's a 3rd message every month that I want going out, which is a lead generation email. That's an email. It's kind of just text. That's like, hey, you want to find out what your home is worth? Click here, right? I just got an email from a client, TJ. Here, I have permission to share this. So we're getting a nice response. So we sent out in January the home value email. It's like, hey, you want to find out what your home is worth? Click here, and it just goes back to a landing page we create for you, whether we create it or it goes into your CRM that has the whole back end. We had 100 people opt in. 100 people put their information to find out what they wanted their home value with. So our recipe for results from your database is 2 educational videos a month and 1 lead generation direct response focused email a month. I'll make sure that we have those going out, Sean. Same
Hey
thing with
Frank, I got a question for you. What are your thoughts on like AI systems like Revaluate and Likely.ai to like rejuvenate information in people?
I think it's great if you call them. So they have, again, I will tell you the services for me are a little opaque. So it's kind of like when Facebook tells me the results. I'm like, how did you come up with this? What's the double-blind, placebo-controlled, statistically significant, independently verified, funded study, statistical study that shows this is accurate versus like the self-reporting? Follow me?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a murky thing to start with, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's kind of the placebo. Here's what from doing this with human beings, it's kind of like the placebo effect in many respects, where it's like, hey, I bought this fancy AI that no one really understands how it works, but it predicted these people might want to sell their house. And then the person goes, oh, I'll call them. I mean, the list, maybe they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because it gave them excitement, it got them to call. So at the very least, when you use any of these predictive services of who's likely to sell in your database, it's a really good pitch to excite someone to call them.
Yeah.
That's my answer to you, Sean. Now, is that data better than other systems? I don't think anyone knows. The only way you will know is like if you call Brad over at Likely, and I know he does this, and I think it's very valuable, is they'll sell you a list of here's our predictive sellers. And I don't quote me on this, but I think 90 days later, they'll go back and backdate the list and see how many people sold in that list to test the validity of their predictions. That's really important.
Yeah. But it's validity behind their estimates.
Yeah, it's like, hey man, I'm going to sell you this list of 1,000 people that I think are likely to sell. All right. Well, okay. Well, 90 days later, how many sold?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, but let me add this too. Like when it comes to respectively to your database, those services as well can also go into your database, match it with big data, and kind of figure out who's likely to sell in some reason. I don't know if it's better necessarily. What I do know is that it gets people excited to call them.
Yeah. It's a good thought.
Yeah. Good question.
Cool.
What else? Anything else? Cool.
Not
All
for
good.
me. I'm good.
See you guys next week. Hope it was worth your time.
It's good.
Thank you.
See you guys.
See you.
Bye.
Thank you.